In 2007, a rhythm game named OSU was brought into the world. In the world of rhythm games, one name truly stands out. This is the story of KAPNOYR, a player whose rise to fame is as legendary as it is controversial. Now, I did not want to have to make this video, but I can only say that this comes to me as a necessity. A necessity to me, but also to the OSU community. I feel like this is a pivotal point in the history and the story arc and impossibly even the most groundbreaking news in the OSU community that there has been in years. Now I'm talking, this is almost as big of a scandal as CookEasy was back in the day. Now, this man, also known as Park Min 123, has been terrorizing, yapping, and quite frankly, I think there might be some scandalism, some mischief, and other possible wrongdoings. On September 6, 2021, a YouTube video was uploaded named "I Am the 6-Digit Stream God." Now, this video was uploaded to the Ryan Pack channel. Now, this is where we get our first glimpse into who this man really is. Now, this video shows him as a 6-digit player playing a map while hitting a stream flawlessly. In the description, he says he will start to dump his OSU clips onto this channel. And that's what he did. For various months, he decided to dump OSU clips of him hitting different maps, different patterns, and different, as you could say, attempts. Now, none of these were full-on plays, just clips, but it gives us a glimpse, an early look, to say, at the early life of his OSU career. Now, 2021 is not the beginning. We actually have to go all the way back to 2017, where we can see the creation of his OSU account. Now, not much is known about the early days of his OSU account, as we cannot see that far back. The Wayback Machine does not have any records of this man. It is almost like he appeared out of nowhere. Now, fast forwarding to October 2022, we see the last OSU video uploaded to the Ryan Pack channel. Now, this video, titled "I'm the #1 OCL player," and in this video he goes to ramble, taunt, and even antagonize that him, a higher rank, a worse ranked player, has beaten, has destroyed, and has ultimately won the competition. Now, this is where we can start to see the arc in character. The cockiness comes out. When he gets the first taste of victory, when he realizes that, hey, maybe there's something to this, the character changes. And I'm serious about that. And I tried to find some information on this tournament, and not much was found. But what was found was the Virginia Esports Association. And on this page, we can see a game summary talking about what OSU is, what the game officers are, and these two competing teams. Now, we can see here that on Team B, Ryan Park Min 123 Park, William Was, Stadlander, Ryan Tank, 2020 Knight, Mindy, whatever the hell your name is, Chow, representing the B team. Now, I cannot tell you if this is a part of the same tournament or not. But what I can say is that we can see the uprise and the uptick in competitiveness that is coming out of KAPNOYR. And this just makes me worried at this point, because as you can see, this is where the arc happens. And I can only show you in the next few minutes how much worse it gets. Now, quietly in the background, while he was still uploading clips to his channel, he decided to create a second channel completely dedicated. On August 14th, 2022, the first video was uploaded to the KAPNOYR channel. Now, this video is just another video of him playing Osu, hitting a bunch of circles, just another out of context clip where he is just, you know, clicking away and doing his thing, just uploading another clip. So nothing too unusual. But we go back to October again of 2022. We can see he uploads a 1-minute clip. Now, this clip, he plays the map. I'm not even going to pronounce it. But he plays this clip. And it is his first 400 PP map. And as we already know, at this time period, he is around rank 12,000. Now, this already puts him in a league much, much higher than he was on the start of his other channel. I mean, he was a 6-digit. And we're talking about not that much time period. Now, like I said, I think this comes down to a scandal. And I have the proof for this. Now, I'm willing to show you guys if you're willing to tag along. On December 5th, 2022, we could see another video uploaded by KAPNOYR where he reaches the 4-digit mark. This is great. He is now rank 9,000. He's happy and he feels good about himself. But if we fast forward to April of 2023, we can now see that due to his 4-digit status, Ryan now truly believes in himself enough to make Osu guides. Now, this is a complete change up in the arc of his character, because we went from the 6-digit player who got a lucky stream to the player who decided to antagonize, demonize, and terrorize people in an OCL tournament for the colleges. And we have now reached a point in 2023 in April where he decides to get on cam and give an easy mod guide. Now, in this guide, he explains why easy mod is so much harder than most of the other mods. It reduces everything in half. The circle size, the AR, your score, everything in half. And he claims in this video that due to the circle density on the screen, that it is harder. And I agree. I truly do agree with him on this video. But again, this is another character arc we can see. So the antagonization, it all went up here. And then it kind of leveled out after he hit the 4-digit mark. And we're kind of stooping down again, a little bit. More humbleness. He's decided to help out the community. And I have to applaud him for this because, you know, it's such a huge changing character. And as we can see, it's for the positive, for the better. And with this, he now unlocks his true yapping potential. And that will bring me to the next arc in this story, the yapping. Now, if we look still into April of 2023, we can still see he continues to make these useful guides. And in fact, one was so useful, he made one called How to FC More Maps in OSU Game. Now, this video intrigued a lot of people, in fact. It gained a lot of attention. 13,000 views at this moment. And in this video, we could start to see where some controversies come in, due to the fact that he recommended the use of drugs. Now, why would he recommend the use of drugs to play OSU? Well, due to his science and his calculations, he says that these will 2.5 times your dopamine levels. Now, what were the drugs that he recommended? The first drug he recommends is a simple one, nicotine. The second drug he recommends, the second drug that he recommends for OSU, cocaine. Cocaine. Play a rhythm game. Can you believe it? This guy wants me to put this in my nose and do cocaine. The next recommendation, the last recommendation for the drugs he recommends are amphetamines. Now, these are some serious health problems and serious conditions. Now, I'll give him credit. He does have a disclaimer on the screen to say he does not recommend the usage. But the fact that he did recommend them to 2.5 times the dopamine levels in your body still shows that he does recommend. Now, I'm not sure if there is any legitimacy into his drug use, into his drug habits, but I think this is something we need to take into consideration when we are looking at the current factors in his OSU skill bump, because nobody goes from a 6-digit player to a 4-digit player within the span of a few months. Now, you might be able to give me some recommendations to somebody who did it, but guess what? I bet they watched this video and also got on the drugs. They have the 2.5 times dopamine receptor increase, and it is boosting their XP levels exponentially. Now, this video did not come without some backlash. April 27th, 2023, a second video was uploaded titled, I feel like I shouldn't have to make this video. And now this is where the actual beginning of the drama starts. KAPNOYR has now landed himself in the eyes of his audience, seeing that he recommended drugs to improve his skill, stamina, and dopamine levels in OSU. Now, he had to address the fact that he did recommend drugs, but did not recommend to do them due to health concerns, habits, and addictions. So, the first drama starts, and I will tell you this now, it is definitely not the last. Now, if we look at this video uploaded on October 12th, 2023, he unlocks and purchases himself the Wooting keyboard. Now, if you don't know what this is, it is a 3-key, basically OSU keyboard, if you want to make it short. I also had one that was similar, but it was much simpler. It was just literally a 2-key keyboard, and that was it. But the Wooting keyboard, in fact, can register multiple keystrokes per stroke. Now, what do I mean by that? In a normal key, you press down, one key registers, and you have to lift it up until it reaches the actuation point where you can push it down again. With the Wooting, you can push it down, slightly raise it, and push it down again, and get two keystrokes out of a single key press. Now, this can only be amplified if we go to the product page, we can see that on there, they have the Wootimation software. Now, what is the Wootimation software? The Wootimation software is a software that you can create key strokes and macros. Now, why is that a problem? The problem is that he can create automated key strokes using his Wooting keyboard. Now, this combined with the double tap stroke is detrimental to the OSU community and to the fairness of all other players who don't have the Wooting and Wooting automation. Now, this is serious, and this is an allegation I'm willing to bring to the OSU courts. If this is a thing, if Pepe needs to see this, if the creator of OSU watches this video, I think we need to investigate the use of these double tap and macro keyboards. And I believe this is specifically against the terms of service using macros. And I have to believe it because this man uses his ring and his pointer for this. And there is no way, I know there is no way he's getting all of these PP jumps and skill jumps. So this, along with the drug use and the Wootimation automation on the Wooting keyboard, can lead to a much unfair advantage. And I think we need to seriously look into this because this was uploaded not that long ago. And if we can see on his thing, if we look 88 days ago, ranked 5,000, stuck there. Oh my God, the boost that this man has gotten, since the purchase of his Wooting keyboard with the Wootimation software is ridiculous. And I think we need to keep looking because if we keep going, he does another drug tier list to this where he rates all the drugs. Now, he didn't take these himself, but he goes on a Reddit where a man has taken various substances. He rates every single one. And this goes back to the drug use. Why is he so obsessed with the drug use? Who knows? Is there something to this? There could be. And I think we need to figure this out. I am planning, if you stick around, there will be an interview with the man himself. And I will address every single one of these allegations. And it just keeps getting worse. He goes after the top players. He says they're cheating. And guess what? For the same thing. And I have a strong belief in my bones, in my body, and in these glasses that this man is not telling the truth. And look, I'm going to get the truth out, guys. This is a serious debate because he cannot be using macros and claiming that he is the OSU god, the OSU Yapper. This also starts with his new formats. He would go on these daily rants. Now, these daily rants include everything. OSU drama, OSU this, OSU that, his personal life, stories. He's even hitting C notes out here, testing his vocal range. I'm serious, guys. Now, look. He started making real life vlogs. I mean, I'm talking in Japan. I'm talking in his neighborhood. He's over here with the camera, yapping about. And in fact, his community is so in tune with this, they have called him the professional yapper. Now, why is this a problem? Well, this guy is going around spewing so much information. Now, this information has not been fact checked. We do not know where he's getting his information from. I can tell you, I've done all my research. I have provided you video clips. I provided you evidence in the description. All of this will be documentized. And guess what? It only gets stronger. Look, I can only express to you guys how important this is to me. And I believe you guys as an OSU community should also be involved. I believe you should be concerned for this guy. He's come out of nowhere, getting thousands, almost 100,000 views per month, unfact checked. He is creating accusations on top players, how they are getting so much PP, how they are getting finger locked, how they're doing this and that. And at the same time, nobody is paying attention to this random Parkman 123 guy who is coming out of nowhere with all of these plays. Now, I think it is quite suspicious. And again, it goes back to the history of the drug use. Is he on drugs? Is he using macros? Is he combining these to get the most dopamine macro strokes possible? Now, I don't know, but we're going to have to figure this out. Because if we don't figure this out, he is going to eventually be in the 3 digits. And if he's in the 3 digits, he truly will be at the top of the competition, actually competing in the OSU World Tournament. Now, if we don't have strict regulations on these OSU tournaments, we cannot allow drug use to interfere with this competition. This has to be fair game. I mean, you can't go in the Olympics without taking a piss test. So I think we need to start going to these OSU players' houses, and I think we need to start doing these drug tests on these players, because this has to be a fair game. And these are athletes at the end of the day, and Parkmin 123 or KAPNOYR is no exception from this. And if he's going to be competing in these tournaments, we really need to make sure we are getting the most fairness and everything out of this. So, like I said, you know what, we're just going to cut straight to the interview, and we're going to talk about all the accusations right now. All right. I'm gonna get this interview started. Are you prepared to answer any questions?
Yeah, I'm prepared for all of them. All the questions.
You are prepared to answer these questions?
Yeah.
All right. For some reason, I've turned into black and white. Not too sure what that's about. I guess the first question we could get into right now is how did somebody like you get into OSU?
I got into OSU because my little brother was playing it. I started playing it at like 8 years old, and we just found it and we just started playing it. But then I stopped playing because I thought it was embarrassing with all the anime girls in the background. I didn't know how to turn off the background. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop playing. And then I started playing in high school again, and my friends were playing it, and I was like, okay, let me play it again. But then I quit again because I was so bad. And then later in college, I played again because my friends were playing it again, once again. And I played it, and then I got addicted. And then that's happily ever after.
So I was digging through some of your history, and I was really intrigued, and I found your OCL video on your older channel. And in this video, it seems like you are antagonizing and demonizing the other players that you've beaten in this video. And it seems like you just decided to just shit talk in this video because you were a higher rank than them and you beat them. And this also ties into the Virginia Esports League that was also found. I don't know if this is a part of the same thing, but this was also a part of the OCL or not. If you maybe could shed some light.
Yeah, I was in the Virginia Esports Association playing for their team in college for OSU. And I was #1 in the OCL for that round of 32. And the thing is that there's a bunch of top players in it. I'm just some random player. And I performed extremely well on one map. FC'd it. I was on DT, so there's a score multiplier, so it inflates your score. And I played that, and I FC'd it, and it was based off the average score. It didn't matter how many maps you played. And I only played that one map and FC'd it. So my average score was the highest out of all the other players. And I'm just some random player. I'm competing with top players. These guys play for the whole country for OSU, and I beat all of them. So I was like, I'm the GOAT. So
I see. Okay. Understandably, I see. And you thought this was okay to antagonize these top players?
I wasn't really antagonizing them. I was just flexing. I did better than them.
I guess we could see it as that, but okay. Now, what was the reasoning behind opening an entirety second channel just for the creation of OSU clips, content, and guides?
I was already making OSU videos on Real Pack, but I was also making other videos before that, League of Legends, gaming. But I was like, okay, I don't want to make OSU videos on this because it's not an OSU channel. And I was getting into OSU, so I was like, okay, I'm just making channels just for OSU. And then my Real Pack one can just be whatever the hell. And then that's how it started.
Okay. Now, I would like to know how we went from the first video, the first OSU clip on the Ryan Pack channel, a 6-digit player playing a streaming map with a Discord skin, to a few months later, the first 400 PP play at a 12K rank.
How did we go from there?
Yes. How was that progression so quick, so fast in the span of a few months?
I wouldn't really say it's that fast. It took me like a year or two
Now,
to do that.
now I'm not sure if this is just a mistranslation on the upload dates, but it seems like this was a fairly fast progression state over the span of only a few months.
I mean, I don't think it was a few months. I improved a lot slower than that.
Now, if I believe it was, I believe so. I believe it was only a few months, but we might have to fact check this later. But I believe it was only a few months in the span of maybe a year, maybe a year.
I'm just goaded like that. So
Just go to like that. Okay.
So,
Now, I gotta know what was the techniques you used to improve so quickly? If we want to go down that journey.
I showed up every day, pushed my skill cap, FC maps. That's pretty much it.
Just keep improving daily.
Hey, just show up every day. It's like hitting the gym. Every time you show up to the gym, you get stronger.
Gotcha.
So it's that simple.
So I noticed after this first 400 PP play that it was a boost in the character arc here to where you decided to start making OSU guides. Now, the first guide that I came across was your easy mod guide. Now, what was the rationality behind making that as your first OSU guide?
I don't even know what was my first guide, but I just made it because I saw other people who were struggling for easy. I was getting a little better easy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make guides on this game because I think I'm getting a little better and I want to help other people who are noobs. So everyone just wanted to share my knowledge. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha. Now, I want to go into your first drama. How to FC more maps. Now, in this video, there was the recommendation to use nicotine, cocaine, and amphetamines. Now, I just in the video, you claimed that these increase a 2.5x dopamine baseline. And after the creation of this video, you uploaded a secondary video uploading, I'm not sure why I have to make this video. And in this video, you address the allegations of recommending hard drugs to the OSU community. And I just want to know where the rationale behind this was.
So I wasn't recommending hard drugs in that video. I was just stating it because I was talking about how dopamine is a precursor that you could use to play OSU better. And you can micromanage your dopamine to play better, because the higher your dopamine is, the better you'll play at OSU, the more motivated you'll be to FC more maps. So I was saying that if you want to, and if you wanted the knowledge, like the forbidden knowledge like in Harry Potter, like you learn a secret spell, the Abracadabra move, where you can kill people instantly. You learn that forbidden knowledge to lubricate your magical powers. And I was saying you could use cocaine and hard drugs and nicotine to increase your dopamine, but I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying you can.
Yes. You made it very clear you were not recommending it, but you did bring up the fact that these were performance-enhancing drugs for your skill cap. Now, this also brings up the question. You made a secondary drug tier list video where you went on Reddit and you listed every single drug possible in a tier list. Now, I need to know, what is the obsession with using substances to get better at the game OSU?
So personally, I don't use any substances to get better in OSU, but I think drugs are quite interesting, and you can use it as an extracurricular way to get better at the game. And I saw that post earlier about how you can use drugs to get better at OSU, and I wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't know when. But then I saw the drugs tier list. I just thought of the video idea, and I was like, that sounds genius. I'm gonna just make it. So I just made it. I'm not out here trying to advocate to use drugs, but I'm saying you can use them to get better OSU. There is someone out here who is probably using hard drugs, cocaine every day, OSU 420 to play OSU 72 hours a day. He's probably doing that. He's using that to play better OSU. So I'm just saying you can, but I was just giving knowledge.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, but this also goes into it. So with that in mind, you uploaded a video later on that year talking about your experience with the Wooting keyboard. Now, I researched into this Wooting keyboard, noting the fact that you've called out some top players for using cheats, using macros with consistent millisecond timings. Now, I'm here to ask you, I found on the product page the Wooting automation software. And I'm here ready for you to address the allegations that you are using macros with your Wooting keyboard to maybe double and maybe even quadruple click on streams to increase your PP and accuracy. You recently came back from a trip, almost 1 month absence from playing OSU, and immediately almost ranked up 1,000 players. Now, I think this is a little suspicious that this compared with the Wooting keyboard in the Wootimation software. And now I need to know, are you also using the Wooting keyboard alongside with hard drugs to increase your skills?
I deny those allegations. I do use the Wooting keyboard. I use the rapid trigger features, but I do not use hard drugs. I don't use any drugs to play better at OSU. I don't use drugs, period. I'm sober.
What about the macros? What about the macros? The macros. The
So
Wooting
the macros,
software.
what you're referring to is in revelation to the OCL Drama where he used DKS, which is essentially called dynamic keystrokes, and essentially macroing where if you tap with a key, then upon the upstroke where the key is going back up, it registers another key. So that is a feature that people can use with their Wooting keyboard. I personally did not even know that was a feature until OCL revealed it, and I always use the rapid trigger default functions to play better in OSU. Everyone in the bottom uses rapid triggers.
Oh my god! Are you admitting to using macros?
No, I'm not.
Are you using macros right now? Admit it on the interview. Are you using macros?
No, I'm not using macros.
You're using rapid trigger movements to increase your clicks, multiple keystrokes per stroke. I need to know, is this true?
That's not what rapid trigger does.
You are multi-keystroking right now, are you not?
I'm not. Rapid trigger is something completely different from dynamic keystroke. It allows you to tap the key as the key's going back up. You don't have to wait the whole way.
Tapping while a single stroke is being initiated.
That's only for dynamic keystroke. I don't use dynamic keystroke.
No. That's not what you're saying. On to the next question. The Reddit drama. You have been known on the front page of the OSU Reddit to bobble around.
Yeah.
A little bit of sideways movement.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know, when you woke up that morning and checked your phone and saw yourself on the front page of the OSU Reddit, front and foremost of the drama, what was your initial reaction?
I thought it was pretty cool. So I just thought it was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And any other initial reaction? Did it prompt you to do anything? Or did you respond? Did you look at the comments? I mean, what was going through your head?
Yeah, I looked through the posts, looked through every comment, and I was looking for haters, but I only found a few, so I was pretty happy about that.
Now, speaking of haters, you uploaded almost a 30-40 minute rant addressing the haters. Now, if you could say anything else to your haters, I mean, what would it be? I mean, do you want them to love you? Do you want them to support you more? Do you want them to see where you're coming from? I mean, what is the ultimate goal with these haters? Is there any way to change their views and, you know, really make them come around and see the true KAPNOYR, Ryan Pack, Parkman 123?
I mean, I don't really have anything against the haters. They can just fuck off, do their own thing. So I don't really care.
Okay. Now, with all the hard drugs and drug use in the OSU community that has recently been brought up with the 420 player that you aforementioned before. Now, You are in a league of the top players, correct? You are getting there. You are almost a 3-digit player. Now, I need to know, will you be competing in any more tournaments?
I'll probably do some tournaments.
Oh, wow.
So I need to take a shit.
Okay, we're almost done with this interview. I have a question.
Yes.
Do we need to start drug testing OSU players like professional athletes?
No.
And why is that? You cannot go into the Olympics as a professional athlete and have yourself on steroids. It is not okay. Therefore, we cannot have professional OSU tappers on cocaine with an unfair 2.5 times dopamine receptor advantage.
You raise a good point that cocaine can be used as a performance-enhancing drug in OSU tournaments. But I don't think the effects are that major, even if you were using it, because it only affects the skill set speed a lot. And speed is not really the most common skill set in tournaments. If there's speed in a tournament pool, it's probably like 10%. So, like, you'll get a 10% performance boost.
But could we not make the argument that 10% could be the difference between winning or losing the tournament?
Yeah, you can, I guess.
I think we can argue that. And it just it makes me wonder how many of these tournaments have been skewed, have been wrongfully awarded due to these hard using drugs. And I got to know. I mean, what's the repercussions? What are the reparations that we're going to make to these people that could have won the tournament with a fair game if their competitors weren't using hard drugs? And I just, is there I guess the overlying problem is there a drug problem in the OSU community? Do you believe?
I don't think it's constrained to the OC community. Maybe perhaps in the generation.
Do you think our generation has a drug problem?
I know that people our age are continuously using more and more vapes and nicotine. So perhaps people on nicotine, like a Colibed, number 2 OSU player who got a 1700 BP record currently, he was on nicotine using vapes to boost his performance. So I feel like there might be a drug problem for the OSU community, but it's only for. It's not an OSU issue; it's the generation issue. Like the people that age. So, I mean, how would you even test for OSU drugs in tournaments?
Well, I was saying
virtual.
what I was saying is we need to send piss tests to every player's house, and we need to make sure we need to make sure these players are clean, they're trustworthy, and their integrity is intact still. Because we can just not be having this level of cheating. I mean, professional Counter-Strike players are drug tested every time before they go to a tournament, and I think the same needs to apply to OSU. This is a serious problem.
I mean, that's definitely interesting. I never thought about it before. They test people's drugs use in tournaments.
Absolutely. I mean, esports, there's a lot of money involved. I mean, we are playing for OSU Premium here, OSU Supporter. We need to make sure this is a true thing. And speaking of the OSU Supporter, this brings me to another drama. You were called a scammer. 1 in a million chance. 1 in a million chance for an OSU supporter. The clout to join a Discord server. He says, join my Discord server. You will get OSU supporter in the giveaway. A 1 in a million chance to get the 737, I believe was the number. And oh my God, did anybody ever receive that?
The number was 727?
727. Did anybody ever receive it?
I think someone did, and I did award it because I don't fall back on my scam. I don't scam people. I
Are
keep
you
my
a scammer?
Word. No. Somebody actually rolled it, and I gave them the supporter. People only call me a scammer because they're like, oh my god, it's a 1 in a million chance. This guy just wants everyone to join his Discord server so that they can join a giveaway. Okay, dumbass. Literally everyone else does that. It's the same thing with giveaways. Hey guys, join my Discord server, and if you join this Discord and do a Google form, you can join my giveaway. Why don't you call them scammers as well? You're calling me a scammer just because you want to join my server and do a million in the chance giveaway and just roll all day like the fucking casino?
One in
It's
a
optional.
million! 1 in a million! How many supporters we got in the chat? How many people were rolling? What is the odds?
I don't know. It was like a 1 out of a million. I mean, I didn't even do it for that. There's also 1 out of 1,000. I don't know. I kind of want to do that again though in the future.
Are we gonna have another Osu scam scandal?
The Osu scam scandal. No.
No. Okay. Good. Now, I need to know. So I have a cup of coffee right here. Now, what is your... Okay. If we do start testing people for substances on Osu, what are the allowed substances to be used?
I think caffeine should be available, like coffee. That's pretty much it.
Okay,
Caffeine.
so nicotine is out of the question.
I mean, you can. I don't know. The thing is that some people are just addicted to nicotine anyway, so it'll be hard for them. It would be kind of inhumane and unethical to say, "Oh, you can't use nicotine while you play, but you're addicted to it."
Well, maybe just for the duration for the tournament. Maybe just the duration.
Maybe.
You know, we can have like a vape can, make sure they're not like picking it up in the background, taking a quick hit or something. You know, I don't know.
A vape can.
So okay, and I need to know. I mean, what is your? You're more in tune with the Osu community. I have been out of the Osu community for quite some time now. I have not made an Osu video in a while, and I just need to know what is the current state of the Osu community as it stands, and where do you see yourself in that?
Osu community's okay. I think in comparison to other communities, it's kind of dying a little bit, but that's not really anybody's fault. Perhaps it is. I don't know. I just make YouTube videos in the Osu community because I like the Osu community. I don't really have much of an opinion about it, but I think it's not as popular as it used to be. Worse.
Okay. Now, if you could meet or play with one of the old school celebrities that you haven't met yet, who would it be?
Like an Osu celebrity?
Would you be duking it down with KAPNOYR, Wub Wub
Yeah.
Wolf? Who would you be doing it with? Who would you be duking out a 1v1 with? Who would be your go-to?
KAPNOYR.
KAPNOYR? Now, is there any reason for that? Is he a legend in your eye? Was he an eye opener for you back in the day?
I mean, just goated.
Because KAPNOYR, he's just a GOAT. Everybody knows his name.
I mean, you could even say my name. PimpEZ is a play on KAPNOYR. You could even say.
Oh, for real?
You could even say that. And I also agree, KAPNOYR would be a wonderful opponent. But he also had himself a cheating scandal as well. You know. Hopefully it was a lesson learned. And
Yes. He did have a cheating scandal, but he did it because he was getting too addicted in the game. And he cheated so he can ban himself.
Yes. I also had a similar experience where, you know, I also cheated. It was a rough patch in my life. I was luckily able to talk to the creator of Osu himself to unban me. I had a long, deep discussion with him about the community. Unfortunately, I don't have the logs anymore. but it happened. We talked. And I think OSU has its own capabilities to become an addicting hard drug. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, this is addicting because it's fun. Like anything fun can be addicting, but I guess it's kind of its own drug. But you could also say that about any other video game. League of Legends is a hard drug, basically. Justin Marks is playing League of Legends all day, playing the brand mid, running it down, going in demoted to Gold 4. Hope he enjoys watching Rose and Sonnet 20 hours a day in Blackpink channel.
Now, is this somebody you have beef with? That was a pretty hard call out.
Justin Marxist, not really. I just think his forehead's a little large, but that's pretty much all I wanted to say about him.
It seems
don't
like
really have anything against him.
It seems like there's some underlying issues here. If you need to come out with them, this is the chance to do it. This is the Ryan Pack interview. So if there's anything needed to say, just let it out.
No, I'm pretty much all good. Got nothing against Justin Marxist. Just perhaps he can work on the forehead size a bit. Perhaps he could be shrunken down a bit. Perhaps he can go to a liposuction doctor and get a little fixed up, because it might be a little hard for him to see up if he tries to look up. But I don't know. That's pretty much all I want to say, though.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to speak with me. I know you have a very busy schedule. I know the life of a professional yapper is hard, and I mean, maybe that's something else we could talk about too. I mean, where did the professional yapping come from?
Professional yapping.
That's as you are known in the community as the OSU professional yapper. I mean, that has been your granted title from the community.
I didn't make YouTube videos to be playing. I didn't plan it out for me to become a yapper. That's just what everyone said I am, in accordance to the yapping meme in TikTok, where it's literally people that just talk about stuff, and then they're called yappers because it's just funny. But I just make commentary type videos like Penguin Z0 on OSU. Give my own thoughts about it.
And would you consider yourself a professional yapper?
I've kind of refurbished my identity as a part of it, so I guess so, yeah.
Well, Ryan Pack, Parkman123, KAPNOYR, I really appreciate you being present for this interview, and I have to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. If there's anything you would like to say to the audience before we end this interview, just please let it be known. You can you say your socials and everything, and just let it be known your message to the world right now.
Okay. I go by KAPNOYR on YouTube, Run Pack also on YouTube, and my message to the world is everyone keep working hard. Life is going to have its ups and downs, but the number one thing that you can control is to show up every day and be consistent and do everything you got to do, and eventually you'll get to your goals. And just be consistent with everything. Just show up, do everything you got to do, and you'll be fine. Just take things day by day and don't get too stressed about it.
Thank you so much. Have a great day and a great life and a great, glorious OSU journey. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you. You're welcome. Arigatou gozaimasu.